Good morning. My name is Kimberly.
And my name is Braylon Lewis. Today is Monday, February 14th, 2020. Welcome to the Kimberly Elementary School News Show.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The
weather for today will be a high of 51 degrees with the low of 31 degrees.
Good morning, Kimberly Elementary School. This is Miss Floyd. A few words of wisdom. Some people say that wisdom comes with age, and that is so true. As we grow older, we learn from our life and we gain a little wisdom. But American author Mr. Roberts says that there is wisdom in a kindergartner classroom, and I'm a true believer of it because that's why I work. Sharing is everything, plain fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you find them. Say you're sorry when you hurt someone. Holding hands and sticking together. That's what we should do at Kimberly Elementary, or following the golden rules. Whether we're in kindergarten or in college, those are some pretty wise rules to follow. Don't you think so? With something to think about, this is Mrs. Floyd. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
Good morning, my loves. It's Mrs. Reed, and I am so happy because last week was National School Counseling Week, and you all showed me so much love. I got handmade cards. I got gifts. I got applause. I got shout outs. I got everything imaginable, but the most important thing I got, and you know what that was? I received love. And because I received so much love, I want to make sure that you're giving love to each other too. So, starting right now, my loves, start treating each other with respect. That means you're going to hold the door open for someone. You're going to make sure they're okay. You're not going to call names. You're definitely not going to put your hands on anyone. And you're not going to do anything that will hurt another person's feelings. If you act like that towards one another, my job is easy as your loving school counselor. So, starting today, which is Monday, and from now to the end of the school year, make an effort to be the best you can be. And in order to do that, you have to listen to every adult. You cannot get an attitude if things don't go your way, because in life, nothing does. We all wish it would, but it doesn't. And you need to definitely make sure that you're doing your very best, very, very best in all of your classes and your academics, because that's what a good scholar does. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and everything will come back to you. That means goodness, and everybody wants goodness in their life. Well, now that I got that out the way, and I know you are listening, so please take this to heart and start doing exactly what you want others to do for you. I want to ask you to do one more thing. Pay attention to the screen because I want to shower you with my love. All right. 1 second. I'm trying to get it started, my loves. There we are. Okay, my loves. As you can always see, I have a heart right at the very top because I love each and every one of you. Like I said, last week was National School Counseling Week, and you all made me feel so loved that I made this certificate just for you. It is a certificate of appreciation awarded to all of the staff and students for your service and contributions to the school counseling program. That's me at LO Kimberly Elementary School in honor of National School Counseling Week 2022. I am so blessed to work at Kimberly and to have all of you on my side and to support me every day that I come into this building. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And I also want to do one other thing. And that is to say thank you. I'm sending you all my love as your loving school counselor as a way to say thank you for making my job the best job in Atlanta Public Schools. Well, you know my saying at the very end. Until next time, my loves. Bye. I'll see you soon.
Today's Black History Moment.
A man known for hitting the stage with some amazing dance moves and a voice that got him the nickname the Godfather of Soul? Stay tuned for more as we share interesting facts from the biography of James Brown. James Brown is known as an amazing singer, songwriter, band leader, and was born on May 3, 1933 in Barnwell, South Carolina. Looking back at his early life, James Brown came up during a time in history where there were many people who were struggling during the Great Depression. That is where at an early age he began to dance for soldiers at Fort Gordon and also pick cotton, wash cars, and shine shoes to earn extra money. An interesting fact about James Brown's education was he was dismissed from school at the age of 12 for not having proper clothing to attend. That is where James Brown would go on to work odd jobs and would eventually turn to music as an escape, singing in his local church choir and developing his unique voice. Now with this next fact, it is all about turning tragedy into potential. At the age of 16, James Brown got into trouble and was arrested for stealing cars, where he was sentenced to a 3-year prison term. The crazy thing about it is, while James was in prison, he ended up leading the prison gospel choir and meeting Bobby Byrd, an aspiring R&B singer who they would later form a great musical connection. Now, of course, when you think of James Brown, most people think music. But James Brown was also a talented athlete. For example, after his release from prison in 1953, James Brown spent the next 2 years focusing on sports, where he primarily boxed and also played semi-pro baseball. Now, a crazy thing about music artists is a lot of artists get their start in church, and that same thing went for James Brown. For example, in 1955, Brown would connect with Bobby Byrd from prison and join his gospel music group, which would later turn into the famous Falcons and begin performing in nightclubs, sharing their skills. From there, the Flames would hit the road touring, singing their famous song, Please, 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 which reached number 6 on the R&B charts at that time. The crazy thing about the group, though, was that beyond that song, Please, 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 they had nothing else to share. In order to not lose his record deal, though, James Brown moved to New York, working with other musicians to create music that would end up creating hit songs like Try Me, Lost Someone, Night Train, and Prisoner of Love. Now, when it came to James Brown's work ethic, he was no stranger to working hard. For example, it was known throughout the music industry that James Brown would perform 5 or 6 nights a week, earning him the nickname, the hardest working man in show business. Another interesting fact about the life of James Brown is on April 5th, 1968, that was the date after the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., and James Brown would help out. That is where he performed in a rare televised concert in Boston, attempting to prevent riots there. His efforts actually worked, and many young Bostonians stayed home to watch the concert. Although Brown experienced financial troubles in the 70s, he would make a turnaround in the 80s with hit songs like Living in America, featured on Rocky IV, and he also made an appearance in the film The Blues Brothers. Now, for his contributions to music history, he was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1986. Now, we did mention that Brown had challenges during his life, and one of his biggest challenges was in 1988, dealing with substance abuse. That is where he came to an insurance seminar carrying a firearm after using drugs. He would eventually lead police on a high-speed chase for an hour and a half, going from Augusta, Georgia, into South Carolina, before being arrested and serving 15 months in jail. Now, even though James Brown had many ups and downs during his lifetime, he is still considered the godfather of soul, influencing artists like Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, Africa Bambaataa, and even Jay-Z. Sadly, James Brown passed away at the age of 73 on December 25th in 2006, where he had a week-long battle with pneumonia. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me as I shared fun facts from the biography of James Brown. His place in history and influence on music and Black history will forever be remembered.